Hi, what we've got today is an Intel 8751 programmable microcontroller from circa 1979-1980. This thing is very ancient and you can't program it without a special programmer. That's simply because most programmers now support the CMOS versions of this chip, whereas this is NMOS or HMOS. It needs a higher program voltage of 21 volts to program, whereas modern chips need around about 12 or 13 volts. Now if you attempt to program it in a standard programmer like the TL866, it doesn't actually support this chip. It always supports the CMOS versions. So if you attempt to program it, ignoring the ID, because if you try and read the ID, or just the chip doesn't match, but it essentially is. It's an 1970's, but the NMOS version. So you'll get an error that looks something like this. You'll get an error that looks like that. Now that is because the programmer and the software is trying to program it at 12.5 volts instead of 21 volts. Now the TL866 cannot support 21 volts, but even if it could, the software is still trying to program it at 12.5 volts because that is what the algorithm is set to for this chip. So what we're going to try and do is apply an external voltage. The way around that is you put a jumper wire in the ground pin, put your chip in a socket, and then this pin here, which is the VPP pin. As you can see, I've bent the leg out so it's not making contact with the ZIF socket. What I'm going to do is attempt to put 21 volts on that pin and then see if it will program.